Welcome to Oriental AM, your source for the latest happenings in Gensokyo and beyond. Broadcasting to you pre-recorded from somewhere on Yokai Mountain. And now, your host, MC.
Hello, and welcome to the first installment of the Oriental AM podcast. I'm your host, MC, also known as Dylan, and I'm here with Charles, who you may also know as Rumia126.
You can just call me Charles.
Yes, and this is something that we've been planning for 3 years. It's been a long time in the making, except not really, because we hadn't been working on it this whole time. We just got around to doing it recently, but it will have been worth the wait, hopefully.
Yeah, so we'll start off with some news about upcoming Touhou games.
Yes.
Just in time for the holidays, too. How about that?
Touhou 15.5 has recently been announced.
Yes,
the name of the game.
Antinomy of Common Flowers. Not
Yes.
Antinomy of Common Flowers. Antinomy.
Right, and this is going to be a fighting game, so it's going to be the predecessor to Urban Legend and Limbo. It's pretty much going to be like what Hiso Tensoku was to Scarlet Weather Rhapsody, where it's going to be basically the same game, but with new characters, and a different story, obviously.
At least
kind of
we
an expansion.
anticipate that. I mean, we don't quite know a lot about this game yet. It was only announced about 5 days ago.
We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, so for the gist of it, we'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah, so, any ideas for new characters? Who do you think is going to be in the game?
I want Rumia. Just bring Rumia in the game already, man.
Yes. Well, we'll see how that goes. Of course, obligatory mention of Mima returning.
Yeah,
Could be.
I'm putting very high bets on Mima. You know, I'm raising high. Just put it up to max.
Yeah, definitely this time around. Do you remember when Urban Legend and Limbo was coming out and people were making those theories about Mima being in the game? I actually believed that. I thought it could potentially be Mima.
All because of the theme of, like, urban legends and ghosts and all that.
Yeah, it was very spirity.
Okay, ghosts. Mima.
People were making those edits of the box art, too, to make it look like Mima. I was like, you know what? This could be the game that Mima returns. But it's one of those things where I'm not really sure if I want it to happen. I don't know if because it's like Half-Life 3, you know? Like, everybody wants it to come, but at the same time, people want it to not come because if it does, then you can't really make the joke anymore.
And if it does happen, then Marissa's pretty much playing Luigi's Mansion.
yeah, that too.
So yeah, general gist of it, it's just going to be presumably another fighter, considering it's most likely going to be made by Taskuro.
Yeah, it's a fighter.
So yeah, that's all we can really confirm at this point. I'm assuming,
also,
based on the current trend of the new modern games, it's probably going to be about 4 new characters debuted.
And Mima.
And Mima. Yes, and Mima.
Yeah.
We'll just wait and see.
We've also got the PlayStation games to talk about, Charles.
Oh, yeah. Now, believe it or not, Touhou is actually a console franchise now. Yeah, I know, it's hard to believe, but this is mainstream media for you, ladies and gentlemen, so just take it with what you can. Now, for the first game, we've gotten Touhou Ballot Ballet, which, honestly, isn't a terrible Touhou game. It's just not an official one. So that's kind of odd. I mean, I know Zun's letting on the fan games, but I'm wondering, when's he going to put main series on a console?
That would be cool.
I mean,
I'd probably buy it just to have it. I don't even have a PlayStation 4, but I do intend on buying one eventually.
he teased on putting Reason in the game on the PlayStation 4 version of Urban Legend and Limbo. But with this announcement, I think that's pretty much going to be completely revoked.
Yeah, maybe she'll be in the next game. In 15.5, yeah. I don't know, though. Have any other characters been brought over? Like, obviously, other than Reimu and Marissa, have there been any other characters that were brought over from Hiso Tensoku?
No.
Yeah, so she would be the first one.
Cameo appearances, but no.
Not as playable characters, yeah.
So yeah, that would be interesting. But other than that, it's just kind of alright. It's new stuff.
Yeah.
Well, one to Touhou games being on PlayStation again. It seems that despite being on what would be considered a mainstream media platform again, um, these games aren't doing as well as we'd anticipate.
Yeah.
In fact, the review scores are quite shocking.
Are they, and what are they?
Not to say the games are terrible, but you got a range of mixed reviews. We're talking like 6 out of 10 scale rating.
Oh,
We
damn.
got reviews that say, "Oh yeah, the game is great, beautiful game." Then you got some where you have people who say, "Well, we've had this game already. It's already on PC. We can already
So-
go there, and it plays better there. So why am I getting
Yeah.
this on PlayStation 4?" But and
Yeah,
then
it's
there's
one of
some
those things.
who say the game looks like it's not optimized for the PlayStation 4. Like it looks behind the times, if you will.
Oh, it can be successful, though. I mean, look at Minecraft. Like, Minecraft on the PC, yeah, it's way better on the PC, but it ended up still selling well on console.
Yeah, but that was Minecraft. You gotta remember, Minecraft was like $1 billion success.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is, I think it actually sold better. I think that console Minecraft sold better than PC, which is very surprising, but that did happen.
Ports, yeah, it kind of did.
So,
With
it's
Touhou,
not the case with Touhou.
I don't quite see that happening. Because you gotta remember, this is a 20-year-old franchise that originally started on the PC-98, moved its way onto Windows, and now is trying to creep into PlayStation. But, as you can tell, it's not quite in the water yet. They're putting their toes in, but they haven't taken the dive.
Yeah. Touhou just kind of appeals to the PC needs and that sort of thing.
Sort of. It's kind of a niche.
Yeah.
It's also not a game that's known for its visual aesthetics, more known for its characters and its soundtrack.
For clarification, I meant PC as in computers and not as in political correctness. We'll get onto that later.
Bored of story about that.
Oh, yes.
But, yeah, I mean, that'll be interesting, maybe, but I think what Zun should do, if he really wants to get onto the PlayStation, is to not only release it on the PlayStation, but the Xbox One as well. And he should make an entire compilation of all of his main series games.
If that happened, I'd probably buy it. Again, even though I don't have a PlayStation yet, I'd probably buy it just because it'd be
Even
cool to have
though
just a big
I've
collection.
played all the games, it's probably one of the most coolest things I could think of at this moment.
I'm sure it would become a collector's item once it gone off sale.
You never know.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to say the least. But for the most part, it doesn't quite seem like Touhou is going to be moving to consoles like some actually want it to be.
Yeah, it's not going to become a console series. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I mean, that might have happened with Hatsune Miku, but let's be honest, that's where it all started.
Yeah.
Evo was first in the PlayStation, and it's going to pretty much stick with the PlayStation. I don't know. It's just kind of mixed.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's okay, but it's not hoorah. But what really kind of scares me is the fact that you can only go to very certain places to get the games.
Oh, yes, yes.
The only place I noted that I could get it was Amazon.com.
And you couldn't find it at any other retail stores.
I had checked GameStop, I had checked Walmart, Target, Kmart, anywhere that sells video games, at least in my area.
Yeah.
Not a single retailer had it in the register.
And that stinks. Do you
I
think
didn't
it's
even-
like an online-only kind of thing, or was it supposed to be in stores, but they just didn't get it in stock in your
There
area?
are no physical copies. I mean, it's just they're not for sale anywhere near here.
No.
I mean, I even asked the people if I could pre-order it. It wasn't available for pre-order. I had tried so many different stores, and I couldn't find a single one.
I buy all my stuff off of Amazon anyways, but it would be really cool to just be at a game store and see Touhou as you're walking by, you know?
I remember when that happened with Project Diva. I was like, oh my god, Project Diva got localized.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is come true.
It went mainstream.
And then I stopped caring.
Yeah.
But that would be really nice to see with the Touhou game, even if it's like just a fan game. That's still something.
The official Touhou hijack.
I mean, it wouldn't be like Call of Duty levels noticeable. It'd probably be like Hyperdimension Neptunia levels noticeable.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I think it could be about.
It's still up there, though.
I think I could definitely see Touhou being a Hyperdimension Neptunia-like thing if it got more console support, I guess.
Not gameplay-wise, I hope, but I mean, like...
No.
Wise, maybe. I don't know, I want to pre-order that next game coming out in February. I want to, but I don't want to do it through Amazon. Not that I hate it. I love Amazon. It's just, I don't like pre-ordering games through it.
I do like going to the store and picking it up, you know?
So when you pre-order from Amazon, the day it comes out is the day it ships, not the day
you get it. No.
So you're waiting a couple extra days. Sucks, but it's just the reality.
Yep.
You're listening to Oriental AM. Enjoy.
And now we'll be starting the second segment of the first episode. As per Oriental Elite's tradition, I'm gonna crack one open. Charles already has his.
Yeah, 'cause I need it.
So you got a story for us, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with me. I've probably been wondering, oh jeez, Charles, what have you been doing with the YouTube channel? Why aren't you making videos? Well, I started my first semester of college. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a wild ride. So I'm sorry if my production's gotten to the minimalistic point that it is now. But you have to understand that this stuff to me is a hobby. But what happened at college is something that made me have a realization that people out there are much more different than I interpreted. Yeah, it gets pretty bad.
Yes, I'm sure you gotta deal with a lot of political correctness out there.
Well, we'll get to that in a bit, but I want to start off with the positives.
Alright, yeah. So what's good about college, then?
So it's like a second... sorry, I went off on a tangent here. It's sort of like a second experience of school, but this time you live it independently.
Oh, yeah?
You'll dorm, most of you, I bet. And you'll go to classes, but the classes are a lot more flexible than normal. It's a lot more homework and study intensive, I'll give you that much.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
And your grade's more weighted on the exams instead of the homework. So it's nice. There's a lot of clubs you can go to. I mean, I've been to the video games club, even though it kind of really sucked. And I went to the anime club, which is alright. It's not bad, but it's not spectacular either.
No.
But other than that, you just got places to visit. There's lots of people around, and there's lots of opportunities to talk. It's interesting. You should make the most of it. And that's pretty much all the positives. Now, on to the negatives!
Oh, yeah, I bet there's a lot of those.
First off, tuition. Fuck, screw tuition, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Tuition is extremely expensive. It's understandably expensive, but God, it's numbers.
Yes.
And moving on to that, like I said, how there's a lot of people, right? Yeah, there's also quite a lot of maniacs.
I would think so. I've seen, I used to work with some college people. A few of them were a little bit, not, you know what I'm talking about. You live around these people.
You know the saying, social justice warriors are a minority?
Mm-hmm.
Well, college campuses are pretty much the easiest way to experience said minority.
Yep, it's college campuses are like the breeding grounds for social justice.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that there's about 6 or 7 SJWs at my school. I'm not gonna go into names, of course, nor am I gonna say what school it is, because there's no need to witch hunt this garbage. I mean, it's pathetic.
Yeah.
But they're out there.
I would think there'd be more than just 6 or 7, though. That doesn't sound like very much.
Well, you gotta remember, I live in western Pennsylvania, so you can pretty much see where you're going.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty convoluted, but you do have those people. They are out there. You know Trigglypuff, right? We all remember that, right?
Yes, Trigglypuff.
Believe it or not, that is a sick reality.
I know it's hard to grasp, but they're really out there.
I honestly thought, as bizarre as it was, I thought Trigglypuff was just like an act. No, that's a sick reality.
Grim truth.
And if it's not SJWs getting behind you, it's these some pronounced progressive movements.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, that's another thing is protests. The people I used to work with, yeah, they used to talk about protests and stuff, and whenever they would mention that, I'd be like, are you serious? Like, come on, what do you hope to change? Has a protest, a social justice protest, I should say, ever changed anything? Like, running around with signs, talking about, like, I don't know, feminist issues or whatever. Does anybody care about that, really?
Maybe in the 60s.
yeah, that. Back then it was understandable thing. Nowadays it's just cancer.
Yeah. I mean, what's there to ask for at this point? I mean, I understand there's things going on, but most of the stuff they're complaining about is stuff that doesn't necessarily happen in America all that much.
Some of it doesn't even exist. It's just stuff that they've made up in their heads.
I mean, I don't want to go too deep into this because I feel like somebody could counterattack me on this, but yeah, I think Dylan here is right. It's sort of in their heads a bit.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, there's going to be that person who's out there just to screw around. They may not be doing it willingly or with thought, but they're out there. But yeah, it's appalling. I will say this though: the ones that are as bad as Trigglypuff, fortunately, are quite rare.
Few and far between, I would hope.
Although the ones that are sort of masked out, like ones you kind of can't tell are like that, they're a little bit more common.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not something I really want to get into, but it's just been bugging me all throughout college. In fact, it was so bad. My college went on strike for 3 days.
Yeah.
I
heard about that.
This is more or less because of labor unions, but there are protests that happen. And I went 3 days without classes. And I was pretty much losing it. In a very ironic way, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can get hectic there sometimes. So you just gotta be on your toes and just think for yourself. Because if you don't, they're gonna get to you.
Yes.
I don't know. It's like what, 3 in the morning where I am, and I'm just going on a tangent.
Yep. We're recording this pretty late.
I want to tell you a story about Trigglypuff and the sick realities.
Alright, go for it.
There's a person who wrote a little 3-paragraph summary of experiences that this person has had with Trigglypuff. I want to read these off to you so that way you can hear what kind of people actually truly exist in the world.
Alright, yep.
And I'll go into personal reflections on some stuff I've encountered myself that are similar to this. Because I have. And Dylan's already heard all about him. Alright. So, coming from the story, I lived with her in a large, her referring to Jigglypuff, in a large housing unit that had about 100 students. After about a week when we all moved in mid-September, several students, including me who lived close enough to Jigglypuff and to the complex, started noticing a strange odor. September in that area is usually pretty hot and we don't have air conditioning, so you can imagine how unbearable the stench soon came to be. People started guessing that it was a dead animal trapped in the vents or underneath the floorboards. Building maintenance and the administration were notified. Eventually, they discovered the stench came from Jigglypuff's room. A mattress soiled by feces and urine was removed. She was the cause of the smell. She used a bedpan because of her incontinence, but the feces and urine would overflow to her girth and seep into the mattress and her body. And then comes the bathroom stall issue, which I have had similar issues to, which I'll go on to. She emptied her bedpan in the handicapped toilet. One time, a girl went into it and discovered fecal matter and menstrual waste smeared all over the walls and the toilet seat. Literally, like her ass exploded and spewed waste everywhere.
That is disgusting. Oh my god.
To be honest with you, there's a gender-neutral bathroom in my dorm. Well, I've had to use it once because, sometimes you just gotta go take a brief whiz.
What, is there not, other bathrooms near it? Is it,
I have my own personal one, but this was just spite of the moment because I had to go really badly.
Right, yeah.
So I walked in there. I noticed that there's a tampon on the floor. And there's menstrual blood all throughout the sink, and I'm thinking,
Ugh.
he had a bad enchilada and got the AIDS. The AIDS. So I just decided to skim it and just chance it to go to my room and use my bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
My bathroom seemed like a luxury condo in comparison to that bathroom.
Oh yeah, I could imagine.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm supremely clean or anything.
But you're way better than a public bathroom, yeah.
Far, you'd think it's a house bathroom. That's how clean it is. Moving on. One time, Jigglypuff started her period and left a stain on one of the living room couches. No one dared to touch that seat for the remainder of the year. Yeah. Speaking of soiled stuff, there was one day I was walking out of my dorm at 6 in the morning. Because I get up early. So I was going to breakfast. And I'm walking past the door. It's like a neon blue thong on the ground. And I'm wondering, how the hell did that get there? So, I don't know. I don't want to know. But you know what made it scarier?
What?
Later that day, I was walking to my upcoming Pokemon tournament because I play the Pokemon League there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know? As I'm walking down there in the middle of the sidewalk, there's now a purple thong of the same style. I'm thinking, wait, that's 2 in one day. That's very peculiar. How does that get there? It's just so weird.
Yeah.
That's just bizarre. That's not normal where I live. Litter is one thing, but litter of that degree, that is extremely rare where I live.
Yeah, so what was that about then?
No idea.
You just came across some thongs lying around, some neon thongs.
On the way home from the tournament. A third one. This time gray. Same style and everything. They all had the same exact style. I'm thinking, is somebody, pulling a prank or something? I don't know. Or do they all just wear that same style thong there? Whatever it is, these girls don't know how to keep their underwear in their pants. I don't know. I'm mentally scarred. Every time I walk by that sidewalk, I can't stop thinking about that.
It's just the thongs lying around on the sidewalk. Oh, that's great.
And the one that was in my dorm room, down my hall that stayed there for 5 days until the janitor picked it up. And it was in front of a door too, like in front of a kid's door. So you think that person would have like decency to maybe, put on some rubber gloves and dispose of it? Nah, just leave it there. Just ignore it.
Do you have any other college stories to tell us about?
Lots and lots of condoms on the road.
Oh, yes.
Okay. This is incredibly rare where I live, but around the campus it seems rather common. Why? I just want to know, like, does anybody know why this is so common? Do you know why, Dylan?
What, you mean used condoms or, like, packaged ones?
Like, both.
Both. I don't know. I mean, you on a college campus. I'm sure there's a lot of that sort of thing. Promiscuous activity going on there.
Which, that's kind of weird, but whatever.
I don't know. It is weird, but it does happen. I suppose you could say it's normal because it does happen often, but,
I don't know, though. Alright, kicking off on the finale. The last story of Jigglypuff. Another housemate helplessly discovered that Jigglypuff sleeps nude and saw her in her bedpan glory.
I don't know if I can believe this stuff anymore. This just sounds so ridiculous.
Let me finish. One day, Jigglypuff had slept through her alarm, and after the ringing had been going off for like 30 minutes, Jigglypuff's neighbor had had enough. The neighbor tried knocking on her door, no answer. She then opened the door to turn off the alarm herself, and saw everything.
Oh, God.
Might I mind you, I'm probably on the opposite end of this problem. I'm that guy who has the alarm clock. Thing is, though, I'm up at 4 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'll have that alarm go off at 4 in the morning. I've probably woken up somebody, because it's not a typical alarm, might I mind you. No, it's like Cherno, screaming her lungs out.
Yeah.
Wake. Other stupid crap that only Brandon's able to translate because I can't speak weeaboo.
Yeah, Brandon speaks weeaboo. Indeed, he is our weeabees translator, or as he likes to call it, moonspeak.
Yeah. But that's the gist of it. Like, I don't know. I'm not loud, but I will make very loud noises very early in the morning.
Yeah.
War. But yeah, first semester of college, I had give it a 5 out of 10. In a way.
A 5 out of 10. Very mixed, huh?
Extremely. We're talking half and half.
It's there's some good stuff in there, but there's a lot of bad stuff to balance it out.
It's like Las Vegas. You go there and you get to see all these awesome things, like all the hotels and whatnot, and all these casinos.
Mm-hmm.
But inside, there's a prostitution ring. Okay, big prostitution ring. You know what makes it worse? It's legal.
Yeah.
If I could say anything, college is Las Vegas.
College is Las Vegas. Great way to put it. College is Las Vegas, everybody. Get down there.
Put all your money into it, and then you come out with nothing.
That's a great way to... You put all your money in there, and you come out with nothing.
Quote me on that.
Yeah.
It took them 3 years to get around to this. Are you kidding?
And now we are getting into the third segment of the first episode of Oriental AM. So, Charles, this time we're going to be talking about the main series Touhou games. So what's up?
Oh, yes, the main series again. Woo! Well, basically, if you ever think about it, don't you ever get that feeling that's kind of stagnating in a way?
What do you mean by that?
Not that it's a terrible thing, but stagnating isn't like, where's the innovation?
Yeah, I guess you're right. But my favorite game has always been Imperishable Night. I just feel like it has all the features that are missing from the newer games, you know? Like, spell practice is there, you've got multiple final bosses and different routes to go down. You've got 4 different sets of characters, and then you can play as all 8 of them individually. Like, that's pretty awesome. And you've got, I mean, there's multiple stage 4s as well. It's got last word. I mean, it's got everything, you know? But that hasn't been coming around in the recent games. We've been getting, like, minor little changes. Legacy of Lunatic Kingdom, of course, had point device mode, which I'm not really a fan of very much. I think point device mode is just kind of... It's not really... It's new, but...
This year's gimmick is what it is.
It's a gimmick, yeah. It's become a freak of the week kind of thing.
Has that little gimmick of it. Like, with Touhou 6, you pretty much had the standard formula. Touhou 7, hey guys, guess what? Sakuya is now playable. Touhou 8,
that's not the gimmick, it was the borders. The borders.
No, dude, that was the gimmick. Oh, fine. Touhou 8, we had the buddy system.
Yeah.
Touhou 9...
Well, that was not really a main series game. It's technically one, but it's not really.
Touhou 10, we got a bunch of fall merits with the basic niche of doing the standard formula along with a new system of bolts.
Oh yeah, and of course they added that terrible power bomb system that everybody hates, and no continues. or should I say, you don't get like a stock of continues. When you continue, you just start at the beginning of the stage again, which was terrible.
God, until 11, it's kind of like Metal Gear Solid. We got like vocal communication where we're going underground to stop a nuclear bomb from going off.
That's a good way to put a subterranean animism storyline.
Touhou 12, we're going to introduce Sorta because we don't care anymore.
Well, the UFOs.
Yeah, that's
You're talking about the character introductions as a gimmick.
It kind of feels gimmicky. Let's be realistic here.
Sakuya is
a gimmick.
Forget about the borders. No, the borders, the cherry petals and borders, that was nothing. That wasn't the gimmick of the game. It was Sakuya being a playable character.
Oh, yeah. It was the main selling point of Touhou 14 for me.
Oh, yeah.
Although I didn't play as her, I'm just glad she's back.
Yeah.
Where were we? 13. Yeah, 13. Yomu's playable. Yay.
That's not the gimmick. Touhou 13 had the Spirit World and the Spirit Bar where you can, like, you know, you get, like, an extra bomb or potentially you can, like, save yourself from death during that time that you got, you know? And it has, like, every character in that game. There was no choice of shot types because they, like, switch between their standard shot types. For example, Reimu was unfocused using her homing amulets, and then when she focuses, she's got Persuasion Needle, you know?
Yeah, I know. Then you got 15, like, so this new point device feature.
Yeah.
15.5, we don't
Wait, did we even go over 14?
Yeah, we did. We said Sakuya.
No, you can't just say that the character is the gimmick. I don't even know. I don't think 14 had a gimmick, did it? Or wait, no, it was the point of collection thing with the, like, bonuses for that.
No, yeah, but Reimu's giant Hakuya.
Oh yeah, and of course, Touhou 14 was ridiculously buggy. I mean, there's just, like, so many exploits with... Like, pretty much every character has some sort of exploit that you can use to make them do a ridiculous amount of damage.
The homing ability was so powerful in that version.
It's like the Malice Cannon all over again.
I missed that homing version.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, I mean, there's gonna be a gimmick every game now, and then we just gotta figure out what that gimmick is and live with it.
Now I see what you're saying, yeah. They don't really do anything really new, they just add a gimmick with each new game. Or Zune does, I should say, not they.
It's like, what Pokemon's doing now. Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of just standard formula for Yale. Now they're throwing in Mega Evolutions, and now all of a sudden we got Z-moves.
Yeah.
The difference is, Pokemon tends to make those things kind of stay. It's just, when they're here, they tend to not innovate on them much.
Yeah, and Touhou is like one gimmick per game, and then after that game, they pretty much just stop using it.
And it's either going to be gone for good, or like Crystal Pepsi, back by popular demand, but only for good.
Yeah, like Spell Practice. Spell Practice was in, I think it was in Touhou 13 and 14. which was really nice, but for some reason it's not in 15. Like, what the heck, Zune? What were you thinking?
Patch it in somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just... I'm questioning why we don't take the engine. Oh wait, we already did this. Never mind. This many years before. In the Dan Makufu engine, and just make a Touhou game with its own new gimmick. Just to try and predict what type of gimmick he'll introduce this time around.
Yeah. It's a whole new game.
You know what we should have with the gimmick?
What?
Introduced in 1911, alright? It's going to be a special weapon that you can only use after you get 5 million points, okay? Once you get that 5 million points, you got 11 rounds. Every round kills anything. Thing is, if you kill it, it's killed permanently, and it doesn't respawn ever. Like, say you kill a boss, the only way to get that boss to ever show up again is to delete your save.
It sounds like a terrible idea.
Oh my god. Genius idea. It's 1911, dude.
It's next Touhou game confirmed, or not next one, that's going to be a fighting game, but Touhou 16, it's confirmed to have the 1911 weapon.
Touhou 16, the Emo Patriots edition.
And Clown Piece is going to be a playable character.
Along with a hint of shrimps. You know, like, the main enemy is gonna be a bunch of shrimps, okay? Like, you know those little fairy enemies? Replace them with shrimps, okay? Like, literal shrimp, okay?
You know, Clown Piece could be in the fighter. That could be a possibility.
Okay, yeah.
We could see her there. We were talking about that earlier, but, just bringing up Clown Piece. Maybe she will be a playable character. I don't know. She is quite popular. I mean, she could be like the Chirino of this game, the fairy of the next fighter game. Although not weak like Chirino was, because Clown Piece is ridiculous.
I've always kind of found that weird about fairies and Touhou projects.
Yeah.
They seem to be the one-shot wonders of the franchise. Like, we all remember the three mischievous fairies, right? Luna Chow, Star Sapphire, and then Sunny Milk.
Sunny, yeah. I kind of wish they would make another appearance, though, because I quite like them. They have, like, their own series in the manga, pretty much, but
they also
not much in the games.
Spin-off game where they're the bosses of.
Yeah, well, it's more Chirino's game than it is theirs, but...
Doesn't matter, they debuted in it, and that's pretty much where they made their stardom.
Yeah, and now they're just kind of manga. I mean, who reads the Touhou manga? I kind of want to read it, but I don't know very many people who actually read it.
Also, Luna Child's got a vagina face. If you see her dialogue face.
I know, I played the game. Great Theory Wars was actually a really hard Touhou game for some reason. It might just be because of the weird gimmicky, like, freezing thing, but I feel like even though it's only 3 stages, it's a lot harder than most other Touhou games. I have more trouble with it than probably, I want to say, Subterranean Animism even, which is the Touhou game that I still find to be the hardest. I actually feel like it's worse than Legend of Lunatic Kingdom, but no, actually, you know what? That's Double Deal in Character. I didn't even think about that right now. Double Deal in Character is the only Touhou game which I cannot 1cc on normal difficulty still. After all this time, I can't do it. It's mainly just because of stage 4.
Dude. I've 1cc'd every single one, okay?
Yeah.
Blatantly honest with you. The older they are, the more upfront the difficulty is, okay?
Yeah, so you think they get harder as they go?
More of a curveball, the difficulty. But it's not that it's harder, it's just more of a curveball.
Yeah, like it starts off not too bad, but it ramps up.
Do you remember how Say was able to flip the stage?
I didn't have too much trouble with that, actually.
Oh, it's pretty much a walking magnet.
Yeah.
Think about this. It keeps you on your toes. But once you've cracked it, it's nothing.
No. I don't know. Maybe I will try to get back into that sometime. And it looks like we're just about out of time for the first episode now. So
It's almost 4 in the morning.
yeah. Next time we'll probably be recording a little bit earlier than this. But yeah, this was a good first start, I think.
Let's shoot for 7 p.m. when I can actually think.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in with us.